Welcome back and welcome to another readathon wrap up. This past week was the Bout of Books Readathon. If you're following me on social media, you will know all about that because I was tweeting away and all my Instagram posts related to it. All my social media links are always in the description box. So today I have my book wrap up and my vlog for you. I'm going to tell you what books I read first. But if you're here for the vlog part, I'll leave a timestamp in the description box so that you can just scroll along to that part and not bother with it being spoiled for what books I read. So it was a good week in terms of me actually managing to fit reading in. I set my alarm every morning so that I could have an hour to an hour and a half to reading over breakfast before I'd even left the apartment, which I think was really beneficial. I did a lot of reading in that time. I hosted a couple of reading sprints in that time. And I did all the Instagram challenges and all but one of the blog challenges. One of the blog challenges was late because I wanted to take a photograph outside for it. And it was a really big storm that evening when I decided that I was going to do it. So took that a couple of days later and it's on the blog now if you want to go and have a look at it. Again, in the description box. So let me tell you about what I read and how I read them. I always have a goal for myself in a Bout of Books Readathon right now, in the position that I'm in right now. I try and aim to read 7 books in the 7 days, and I did accomplish that this week. I ended up reading 7.5 books. So the first one that I finished on day 1, which is great, is Hope and Other Punchlines by Julie Buxbaum. I ended up doing this on audiobook, even though I did buy myself a beautiful hardback edition of it because it's just gorgeous. This one is 307 pages and is so good. It was so great to start the week with such a good book because I so enjoy it. I so enjoyed it. I was so absorbed in it, and highly recommend this one. This is young adult contemporary and centers around the fallout from 9/11, which doesn't sound like a cheerful topic, but oh, this book's just beautiful, just gorgeous. Then I did a couple of buddy reads this week, which again is quite handy during a readathon. August has been an excellent buddy reading month and I've already got a couple lined up for September, so that's really good. I read No Judgments by Meg Cabot with Beautifully Bookish Bethany. This one was 384 pages and we both struggled with this one just a little bit. I'll talk more about it in my August wrap up, but it was still fairly easy to get through even though we weren't loving it, and it was difficult reading this alongside that book, which was definitely 5 stars and definitely absorbing and just brilliant. And then this was like, where is this book going? What's going on here? But thankfully it was still a quick read, and we read this. I finished this on day 3, which you'll see from the vlog, and there's that one. And then my next audiobook listen was one that I was given for review at Book Expo, and that is What Red Was by Rosie Price. And this one says, a startling and sophisticated novel of modern love, sexual violence and toxic inheritance from a brilliant new voice. And I would agree with the fact that it takes modern love and sexual violence and toxic inheritance and explores that. I don't think it did an amazing job at it. This one was more difficult to read because obviously during a readathon you want to be reading something that you're going to be so absorbed in, something that you're going to be excited to be getting back to, and this kind of wasn't it. I tried really hard, and I'm glad I did it on audiobooks. I think if I was doing it in paperback in this physical book form, I might not have been inclined to actually physically come and pick it up, whereas on audiobook it's on in the car, it's on my headphones when I'm taking a walk, and this one was only 304 pages, but this one's not a recommend for me. Then my second buddy read of the week, I also ended up getting this on audiobook from the library, just coincidentally. I was ready to read the physical proof, but I ended up listening to it on audio, and this is Tell Me Lies by Carola Lovering. This one is literally about what it says about lying to other people, lying to yourself, the consequences that can have. This also takes a look at mental health and the different ways that can affect different people as well, which I quite liked. But I read this with Jenna, and we kind of both agreed that we were expecting the book to go in a different direction, or we were expecting something monumental to happen, and nothing kind of monumental happened. So I think we both gave this one 3 stars, which again, I've talked about a few books that kind of let me down a little bit. I'm going to turn it around in a moment, don't worry. But yeah, again, for a readathon, it was a bit, ooh, but we read this across days 4 and 5 of the readathon. So at 352 pages, it is not too long of a read, so that was quite good. Then an ebook I read, so I don't have a physical copy for you. I read If You Were Here by Alice Peterson, which deals with a couple of family members of those who have Huntington's disease, and explores how it has affected their lives and how it could affect their lives in the future. It was interesting because it was a grandmother-granddaughter generation gap, and so you really get to see the different sides of the disease and the different perspectives to life that both of them have, which I think was a really excellent choice on the author's behalf. And also we have some of the missing generation, the mother. So we've got the grandmother, granddaughter. We have some of the mother's diary entries. I love a book with diary entries, and so that made for a really interesting read, and a lot, of course, is revealed through the diary, and that's kind of a key part of the story. I don't want to give away any more because spoilers, but really, really recommend this one. It was really excellent. And then my reread for the week, I am currently reading through the Shopaholic series, ready for Christmas Shopaholic to be released in October. So I reread for the second time Confessions of a Shopaholic. It was really good having a reread in the readathon, because I began reading this on Saturday night and I finished reading it on Sunday morning, because I flew through it because I'd read it before and I loved it and I knew I was going to love it. And going into a book and knowing that you're going to enjoy it always gives you that extra kind of momentum to read. This one is 368 pages. It was a reread. I love it. That's all I need to say about that, really. And then the final book that I read for the readathon was The Love Child by Rachel Hoare, which is actually historical fiction, which, if you've been following the channel for a while or my blog for a while, you'll know that historical's not usually my jam, but the tagline on the front here was the thing that really drew me in. Wanted respectable married couples wishing to adopt. We have healthy infants and children available from good backgrounds. And then on the back it says, one young mother's ultimate sacrifice, one child's desperate search to uncover the truth. And it was that just hooked me in. I was like, yes, I'm here for this. I want to read a book about a mother who had to give up her child and the child's search for them. And even though it's set mostly pre-Second World War, some of it's set during the First World War in England, I still loved it. I still really enjoyed it. The fact that it's historical fiction, it's just the kind of the transportation and the values that are the really historical part. The key thing about this is the search for the mother and the sort of will they ever be reunited type thing. It does cover a long time period, which the author has done really well, but it was 448 pages. It was a beast of a book, and I read this all on Sunday. So it just shows you what a page turner it was. Yeah, it was just It was really, really good. I really recommend. This one is coming out in the UK on the 5th of September in hardback and ebook. I believe audiobook. Normally Rachel Hall's books do come out in audiobook as well, but 5th of September for this one. And if you go to my blog, you'll be able to see the finished cover, because the finished cover is beautiful. The proof copy is stunning and drew me in and made me want to read it. But finished cover is stunning, just stunning. And then just a very quick honourable mention to the fact that I listened to exactly 50% of The Art of Racing in the Rain. As I'm filming this, I have already finished it, but I didn't finish it within the week of the readathon. So you know what that means. I will have a book versus movie video coming up for you. Again, as I'm filming this, I'm going to see the movie today, so I will have that book versus movie video coming up possibly this week, possibly next week. I have a couple of other things coming for you as well, so we'll see where we get to with that. And yes, we'll now move on to the vlog part of the video. If you're leaving us here, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe so that my next video lands in your subscription feed, and let me know in the comments if you have read any of these books, or if you have any tactics to kind of avoid that like slumpy mid-readathon 3-star, 4-star kind of read, what you would have done differently. If you are watching the vlog part, I really hope you enjoy, and I will see you very soon. So it is the start of another Bout of Books Readathon. You know, I have so much love for this readathon. I love the points that it comes in the year. I love that it's low key. I love that we have Twitter discussions and Bookstagram challenges. That is awesome. It is just after midnight, so I've just been putting a couple of finishing touches to a couple of blog posts, so I have more time for reading this week, and I am now going to go and do a little bit of reading in bed. I have my stuff all ready to go. I've got my book that I'm going to read in bed, No Judgments by Meg Cabot. I'm reading this with the lovely, beautifully bookish Bethany. You will see me reading this over the first few days of the readathon. Also, because I'm buddy reading that, so we're breaking it down a little bit, I have another book that I am reading. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen that I announced that I'm going to be rereading the Shopaholic series by Sophie Kinsella, ready for Christmas Shopaholic coming out in October. So that means starting the first book in the series this week, and that is Confessions of a Shopaholic in the US, Secret Dream World of a Shopaholic in the UK. They both have pink covers. There are so many different covers for this series. I've just put together a blog post talking about the different covers. I'm like, there's so many different covers. The Kindle cover, I think the UK Kindle cover, I think is my favourite. I like that one. Although obviously I have a soft spot for the original one, because that is the book that made me fall in love with Sophie Kinsella. So I'll be taking these two books out and about with me today, and probably this one out and about with me the rest of the week. So I have my book sleeve ready to go, which will fit them both in, and they both have a bookmark. Separate bookmarks. I've gone with the perfect one for readathon. You can't read all day if you don't start in the morning, which you will see me reading tomorrow morning after I've eventually gone to bed. And then it's a great day to read a book, because when isn't a great day to read a book? It's going to be like 37 degrees tomorrow, so it is a great day to read a book in some air conditioning or in a swimming pool. So I'm going to make a drink. I'm going to put the last finishing touches to this blog post, and I'm going to read at least the first chapter of this book, because Bethany's already started it, so I need to catch up a little bit. Exciting! Happy Bout of Books week! Good morning and welcome back to vlogging in pyjamas once again. All my reading vlogs seem to mainly be me in pyjamas. I have my coffee, I have my breakfast, I have my book. I'm ready to do a little bit more reading. I only read a couple of chapters before bed last night. Oh, could do with some coffee actually. I only read a couple before bed last night, so I'm ready to get stuck in and on with the day. I've got a bit of a busy morning, but I should be able to squeeze in some more reading. I will definitely be taking in some more audiobook, so I need to decide which audiobook I would like to start with. I think I've got a good idea, but I kind of don't know with an audiobook until I like scroll through and see. Of course my TBR has changed quite wildly. I am considering updating the blog post because I tend to use it for my reference as to how my progress is going for the week and what else I've got to read and what I need to read next. And there's a couple of things I missed off there that I need to put on there, so that might be a job for this morning as well. And then I'm working this afternoon, and then this evening is the chat, so I'm looking forward to that. That should be fun. So we are out and about this morning. I've been to return something, I've been to Costco. The queues, just the queues everywhere. It was ridiculous. That return took like 20 minutes. It's like, I've got a receipt, I'm returning 2 things, there's nothing wrong with them. Bish bash bosh, no. Just checking someone isn't going to reverse into my car there. Seems to have a car that's possibly too big. Possibly. Oh. Okay, we're clear, it's fine, she's gone. So I'm going to stick an audiobook on and then take my Costco purchases home and then do some more reading over lunch. I am going to have to stop at another supermarket though, because annoyingly they didn't have everything I needed at Costco. So that is another load of laundry on, and now I have to go and get the rest of the Costco stuff out of the car. Yay! Okay, I'm in, laundry's on, dryer's on, lunch is cooking. I need to put the shopping away, so I'm going to do that whilst listening to my audiobook, of course, and then read some of No Judgments whilst eating my lunch. So load of washing number 3 has just gone on, lunch has been had, Costco shopping has been put away, and now I'm going to grab another chapter of my book before I have to go to work. I will of course on the journey be listening to my audiobook. I decided to go with Hope and Other Punchlines, so once I've listened to a little bit more of it, I do have the physical copy. I think that's one of the reasons I chose to listen to it. So because I do have the physical copy, I can tell you where I'm up to with pages. So I'm just going to take 5 minutes and read another chapter of No Judgments. I read a little bit this morning, so I need to get on with it, although I have the rest of the night when I get back from work. Okay, I'm a little bit early for work, so I'm gonna go for a little bit of a walk and listen to my audiobook, because why not? So it is afternoon. I have been listening to Hope and Other Punchlines, and I am loving it, so much so that I can see me finishing it this evening, not even tonight, like this evening. Generally when I'm taking part in the Bout of Books chat, I'm listening to an audiobook at the same time, and I am just loving it. So I'm just waiting to pick Ollie up from work now, since we are both done, and then because obviously we couldn't find everything that we're looking for in Costco, and also then I couldn't find it in King Soopers, so I'm gonna swing by Whole Foods on the way home and see if we can get it there. So I think whilst I'm waiting, because I'm gonna listen to some audiobook during the chat, which will probably bring me to the end, I am going to read a chapter of my book. This is why you should always have multiple books with you during a readathon. And also, little reminder, keep drinking water. So the Twitter chat starts in 5 minutes. So I just got done working out, and I'm going to read another chapter of this before the chat starts, and then I'm going to switch to audiobook, which I'll probably finish during the Twitter chat. Crazy, but I've read just about a third of this one now. I just need to get a couple more chapters in, and then I'll be caught up with Bethany. So I am now going to get into the bath and do some reading. I might check out what's going on with sprints as well on Twitter. Because I'm an expert, I am able to run sprints on Twitter, so I don't know if anybody's signed up for Monday night or Tuesday morning. I might sign myself up for some sprints. I've decided to start something new just because I'm reading No Judgments with Bethany, and we've reached a point with that. I was going to start reading Shopaholic, but I have one for review that's ready to be published that I'd kind of forgotten about it, and I'm like, oh, I think I should probably start that one, since I don't need to read Shopaholic until I need to have it read by Monday. So gonna do that. I'm reading that on Kindle, and then I've left myself with just a little bit of Hope and Other Punchlines to listen to before I go to bed. Exciting. Literally, I've got 15 minutes left of it. I'm really worried something bad's gonna happen. Really worried something bad's gonna happen. And then I think that reading this book is going to make me sad too. Need to go back to some lighter things, definitely, or scary things, or non-fiction. I read 16% of that book in the bath, and now it is bedtime, which means it is time to finish my audiobook, and then I'm going to go to sleep and start again with No Judgments in the morning. I woke up very hungry this morning, so I've got my breakfast. It's taken me a minute to make my coffee because I'm quite tired. I started a new audiobook last night. I started listening to What Red Was, which is already out in the UK and either just came out here or is coming out today here or next week. I should probably know that. But it's already out in the UK. That's how come I could get the audiobook. And listen to that. I didn't read any more physical book last night, but yesterday I listened to a whole audiobook, which is quite cool. Today I'm going to be on the road a little bit as well. So probably we'll get some more audiobook listened to. I'm about to jump back into No Judgments and have some breakfast. Yeah, I think I might run some Twitter sprints as well this morning. I think I signed up for some. But yeah, I'm excited to get back into No Judgments, but I need this coffee first. I really do. Oh, it's a two-hander. It's a two-hander. So far today I did my reading of breakfast, then I went and volunteered. Technically I read two books during volunteering. Then I came and had some lunch and read the rest of my buddy read pages of No Judgments. And then I think I'm going to take a little walk and listen to some more audiobook before work. But I need to go and get coffee because I'm tired. I have been listening to audiobook in the car as well, obviously. Listening to What Red Was. Yeah, sorry about that, had to cross the road. Yes, I am enjoying What Red Was. It's just hard to tell because I'm still only in like an hour a bit into it. And it's 9 hours, so yeah, I've still got quite a lot to go. I know that something bad's going to happen, and all the things that have been happening so far have been like not too bad, so we'll see. I'll let you know. So I've got my Starbucks. I'm good to go to work now. It was supposed to be cooler today, so I put on long trousers, but I mean my car is showing 98 and my watch is showing 36. Like, that to me isn't really cooler. 98 is not cool. So I haven't done any more reading since I last spoke to you. It's been a full-on afternoon / evening. It's, don't know why I'm looking at my watch because it's just a white patch of skin there. About 10:30 at night, and I'm just in and ready. So I am going to try and do some more Kindle reading as long as my eyes last out. Again, I might see if anyone's around to do some sprints. Yeah. And once the eyes start to go, switch to some audiobook reading. Oh yes. Aside from No Judgments today, I have only done audiobook reading, but I've made a bit of a dent in that. I went for another walk with my audiobook this afternoon. I didn't vlog that because it was very, very hot and sweaty. And nobody wants to see that. It was so, so warm. I came home and immediately had a shower before we went out for dinner and trivia. And then normally I would vlog at trivia, but we ended up teaming up with another person, so that would have been weird. So didn't do that. But yeah, end of day 2. I'll be posting my progress on the blog tomorrow, so by the time you see this you might have already seen that. We'll see. It's only when you turn the camera on that you realise you're not wearing earrings. I am dressed this morning. It might look like I'm still wearing pyjamas, but I am dressed this morning. I need to do this morning's update, leaving a little bit earlier this morning as well, so in an hour rather than like an hour and a half. I ended up just listening to audiobook last night, but I got up to chapter 29 or 26. It's on here, so yeah, I didn't read any more ebook. I'm going to post today's update, and then I'm going to read some of my pages for No Judgment. We are finishing No Judgment today. I'm starting another buddy read tomorrow. Very exciting. And I'm hoping to get a lot more of my ebook read tonight, so I want to try and read and finish No Judgments today. I still have in my bag, like, hopefully a graphic novel just in case, because you never know. So yeah, we'll see what today holds. I've got a couple of hours to read this morning. Can kind of like read over breakfast, lunch. I've got a couple of journeys in the car, so there's going to be a bit more audiobook, and then this evening I've got more time to read as well. So yeah, I don't know what today's going to look like. Tomorrow I've got a whole morning, as long as I don't go and see a movie. This morning I am seeing a movie, but it's for a book versus movie video, so it's okay. Yeah, we'll just see how it goes. See how it goes. I have a very small coffee to show you this morning. I went with an iced coffee because I've already brushed my teeth. I don't know why that makes the difference, but it does. So just have a little bit of iced coffee. It's very weak as well. Put too much water in it, clearly. So yeah, I need to do my update and then I will be back. First job of the day done. So now we're going to Target. Yes, we might look at the books. We'll see. We will see. So I did some reading over lunch, and the woman at the table next to me was like, "What are you reading? Let me take a picture of it. It sounds really good." So that's always nice when that happens. Had my lunch, and now I'm going to head in to see the movie. Of course, I will be doing my usual thing of listening to my audiobook as I'm waiting for the movie to start. I don't watch trailers, so should get 20 minutes of audiobook done as well, so that should be good. And then work this afternoon, I will listen to my audiobook on the drive there, and then we'll see how this evening goes. So I just got out of the film and I've just got to work, just like 5 minutes in it. That's really quite good planning on my part, I think. This lighting is nice. I'm liking it. I have thoughts on the film, so when I get in tonight I am going to film my book versus movie, which by the time you watch this will already be up, so it'll be linked somewhere. There we go. I probably won't have any more time to read until possibly driving home tonight, possibly even when I get in after filming said video. But yeah, have some thoughts. I ended up having to move seats because the guy next to me was sighing so much. It was so annoying, so I went and took one of the seats in the front row instead. So I watched about half the film from the back row and about half the film from the front row. It was really busy though, which is always good to see when it's a like adaptation of a novel you enjoyed. You're always excited to see the film being busy. So there we go. So I guess I won't be going to take today's challenge photo outside then, given just how rainy it is. So loud with thunder as well. I can't even film my video. Right, since it's horrible outside, I'm finally getting the chance to read what's basically just the last chapter of No Judgments, which I read almost all of, but then got to like the last 20 pages and had to go to work and tried to read a little bit, but wasn't happening. So frustrating being so close to the end and then not being able to read it. So I'm home now. It's just horrible outside, so reading my book. That's what's gonna happen. Okay, finally finished No Judgments. That's the second book of the readathon done. I am planning on finishing my audiobook tonight as well, so I will be 3 for 3. You know, in these readathons I like to try and read 7, so being 3 for 3 is a good thing. I also have a bit more reading time tomorrow. I would like to make more of a dent in my Kindle book later on, but I am quite tired today. I was planning on having a nap when I got in from work, but then plans changed, so it's a bit later now. It's 20 to 8, so I'm going to go and film that video. I should probably write my review of this, and then you can hear the thunder, and then go down to the gym and listen to my audiobook down there whilst getting my steps in, because I am behind on my steps for the day as well. Yeah, but I'm glad I did that. I'm gonna make a coffee actually. Make a coffee, yeah. That's better. This is the new mug. I just got my order from Out of Print. They were having a 3 for 50 offer on t-shirts, and I previously not had much success with their t-shirts, but I love all their stuff, and there was some that I was really wanting to get, so I ordered some. I ordered a different kind this time and tried them, so I will show you a couple of them. Well, a couple of things that I got, not a couple of t-shirts. I might show you another t-shirt later, but I'm wearing this one right now. How cool is that? And I am also really impressed with their packaging. You know how you sometimes buy like a book and get it in packaging that doesn't fit through your door, or like it's just the size of a television or something. This packaging is really good, so I'm going to show you one of the other things I ordered and then the actual packaging, because I'm very impressed. It deserves to be in this. So I ordered these like short ankly trainer socks. They come in yellow, pink, green and blue, so I'm very excited about them. But look, so in this package was that pack of 4 socks and 3 t-shirts, and like, you know, that's the size of the package. You know, you can see it in relation to socks, a coffee mug and a hand. Like, I'm so impressed with that. That was so good. It fitted in my mailbox. So well done, Out of Print. Okay, it's the part of the readathon where we do some walking. Since it's thundering and lightning outside, we are inside in the gym. There's me. Listening to audiobook, hoping to get it finished. Hoping, fingers crossed. It's only day 3. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, I've decided to leave myself about 20 minutes of audiobook to go to bed with. I have switched to my ebook. Now I've finished my current paperback. That's exciting. Don't tell anyone, but I have tea in this cup. Shocking. I know it's a coffee cup, but I have tea in it. I just love the colours. I love the colours. So cool. Got some sleepy time tea to like chill me out a little bit. So yeah, I might go see if anybody's sprinting on Twitter. If not, might see if anybody wants to sprint with me. Let's see. Okay, who else stayed up too late listening to the audiobook last night? If that is also you, cheers to you. It's Thursday, it's day 4. I don't have anything on this morning, so I will come back and do some reading. Generally I get more reading when I'm trying to read when I'm out, but there's a couple of things I want to do around here. I can't decide whether I want to go to the gym this morning or go to the gym tonight. Don't know. And it means I can have lunch here, which saves money, let's face it. So gonna do my usual breakfast reading. I'm trying really hard to kind of get up at the same time, but I did press snooze this morning because I was tired. I should have gone to bed earlier. I just abandoned the whole getting up when I get up thing. Like, I don't need to get up this morning, but I do really. So yeah, I'm going to read some more of my ebook right now. I am starting another buddy read today, so I'm just waiting to hear back on whether we're ready to start that yet. So I'm going to just do some ebook for now. I might pick up some Shopaholic. The buddy read I have in physical book form and audiobook, so I can switch between, which is good because obviously I'm going to be in the car dropping Ollie at work, coming back, going to be in the car taking me to work, coming back, so there's that. So yeah, let's see how we get on. I am at 27% of my ebook. I feel like I should be further along. I am enjoying it though. I'm enjoying it more than the last 2 books I finished, so hopefully both books that I read, or all 3 books that I read today, will be successful. I am also tempted to jump into, I have 3 shorter reads that I want to get to this month that I was intending on reading this week, and I've been carrying my graphic novel around with me just in case I get time for that, because you never know. So maybe I should pick up one of those today as well, and then that kind of gets another book ticked off, which isn't the way I read, but sometimes like can put you in the right mindset for finishing something else. Who knows? I'm rambling now. It's been like 2.5 minutes of me rambling at you, holding my coffee in desperation. Yeah, blueberry coffee is actually better than I thought it would be, and it goes well with the fact that I have blueberries in my breakfast most mornings. I know you shouldn't have the same thing for breakfast every morning, but I get excited about it. I look forward to it. I like granola, I like blueberries. What's wrong with that? I get excited for my breakfast. I'm that person. The gym was exceptionally warm today, but I still got to listen to some more of my audiobook, so that's a good thing. Gonna listen to, I'm probably not gonna go back to my Kindle book until this evening. Haven't fully decided, but probably. So there's probably more Kindle book, ebook, audiobook this afternoon. Let's get it right. Quick walk today before work. Really tired. So just grabbing like 20 minutes more audiobook, and then we'll see how we get on. I'm in that position where I'm like, I just want to read everything. You know how it is. Everything this morning took longer than it should have done. Nah, what are you gonna do? So we just got home, so it is now dinner time. I did listen to a little bit more audiobook, went for a little walk, listened to a little bit in the car, and then I read a little bit more of my Kindle book during what was a very weird afternoon. So we're gonna have dinner. I thought we'd get home at 6 and we got home at nearly 9, so that's a bit weird, but it's fine. After dinner I will read some more of something. I will update you as to what then, because I was going to have a nap or a bath, and I might end up having neither, so we'll see. So last night I had to just admit defeat and fell asleep. I didn't read any more ebook last night, so I'm going to read some more ebook over breakfast this morning. I am at 50% of this one. So I've read that over the course of the week so far, as well as a few other things. I have been listening to the audiobook of Tell Me Lies by Carola Lovering. I'm doing this as a buddy read, and as you can see, I got to basically just over 50% yesterday. So that's what I read yesterday. Yesterday I read 16% on Monday, and then another 10% of my ebook on Wednesday. So that was me at like 26-27%. So I read another quarter of the ebook yesterday, basically. And then half of this, which I think is pretty good. I still keep carrying around my graphic novel in case I feel inclined to just sit down and read that. But that might be something that I read tomorrow. I've really only got reading time in the morning. I'm out all afternoon and evening, so obviously I will try and read some before bed, but I don't know if it'll happen given how tired I am by the point I've got to like Friday this week. I'm very pleased it's Friday. So I've got my coffee, I've got my breakfast, I'm going to do some ebook reading. This one has been very different to what I was expecting. I'm glad I'm doing it as buddy read so we can kind of discuss. And yeah, I don't know, it's very hard to articulate kind of what it's about without going into all the like spoilery plot points. But yeah, there's a lot of discussion of sex and discussion of self. I think it's about lies we're telling other people, but also about lies we're telling ourselves. Because we have Lucy and Stephen, who are the two main characters, and they seem to be both kind of lying to themselves and other people quite a lot. It's set in an interesting society. I like the like part of society that it's set in. That's always quite interesting. But yeah, I think hopefully I will probably finish both of these today, because I do want to move on and start something else. I feel like I want to get to the rest of my TBR that I'm not even sticking to anyway. Yeah, you know what it's like when there's just like books here, books there, books beside you, books on your phone, books on your Kindle, and you just want to read them all. It's like, oh. So when a readathon like this comes along and you're kind of like not forced to, but you know, it's readathon time, so you're kind of like, oh, well, instead of watching TV right now, you should really be reading a book. It's always quite nice because, yeah, you can. If I finish these two today, I will be 5 for 5, so that's a good thing. That's where I wanted to be. And then, yeah, if I get to my shorter books on Saturday or read a shorter book, depending how it happens. I do have a couple of slightly shorter young adult proofs that I would like to get to, and then I have something specific I would like to read on Sunday that wasn't on my TBR as well. Yeah, planning ahead. We'll see how today goes. Let's just do some reading. Let's actually do some reading, because it's nearly an hour later than I would normally be starting reading. I don't know. Yeah, it's a whole carafe of coffee kind of morning. Had to set my alarm for the Bout of Books chat, and I was up reading till nearly 2. Guttingly didn't manage to finish my book. My eyes were just not having it, and I am feeling it this morning. If I stay awake after the Bout of Books chat, that's fine. If I don't, that's fine too. We just have to see what happens. I'm gonna be reading this morning, not reading this afternoon, so it might be a bit of a shorter day for a Saturday. I'm sorry I didn't update you yesterday an awful lot. We finished listening to the audiobook of Tell Me Lies. I read a significant amount of If You Were Here on ebook. I thought I was going to finish it. I didn't finish it. I read 3 books at my volunteering, and yeah, that's it really. It was good in a way because I didn't think I was gonna get the audiobook finished as quickly as I did, but then I really thought I was gonna finish the ebook. I guess maybe during the day I did more being out and about than actually sitting and reading. I think that's probably it. But I'm going to listen to a new audiobook during the Bout of Books chat, which begins in 8 minutes time, so we'll see how we get on with it. So I finished my my ebook this morning, so that's that finished. So I'm still currently 5 for 5. And I'm listening to The Art of Racing in the Rain on audiobook. I'm 2 hours into that, so that's good. I forgot to start it this morning when I was doing the Bout of Books chat, but it's done now. So now we're going for a little walk in the gym whilst listening to another hour of audiobook, and then going to be out for the rest of the day, so I won't be checking in with you again until this evening. Won't even listen to audiobook in the car because there'll be other people in the car. That's rubbish. So we are just back from dinner. Haven't done any more reading because I was out all afternoon and then out all evening. It is 20 to midnight. So probably going to do some reading before bed right now. I do need to start Secret Dream Mode of a Shopaholic or Confessions of a Shopaholic, depending which country you're in. I'm not going to go into any other countries' names because I don't know anymore. Because doing a little discussion about that on Monday on Instagram, so I need to have read it, and then on Monday I'm starting the new one. So that's the thing. And then I have another book that I'd reserved to read tomorrow that I really want to read tomorrow, so that needs to happen too. Yeah, need to do some reading. I fancy a cup of tea, which isn't like me, so I can't make that in my coffee yum mug. It's Yorkshire tea, so I might make it in my Yorkshire mug. Why not? So I decided to go for my Matilda mug instead because that's very apt. Really, I should be wearing my Matilda t-shirt as well. But that is a good cup of tea. Yorkshire Gold. So yes, I'm going to make a start on this one because I think this is probably quite a good one to read before bed, because this is going to be my second reread, so my third reading of this one, and it's not a terribly long one. My other one is quite long, whereas this one's just over 300 pages. They are big pages, it's quite a big paperback, but that's what I'm going to go for. I might see, it's a great day to read a book, might see if anyone on Twitter fancies doing any reading sprints, or I might just sprint with myself. We'll see. Let's do some reading. So I got up to page 57, doing a couple of reading sprints. My eyes are not having it. They're just not having it. So I have to go to sleep now. Yeah, I think I can finish this one quite quickly. I would like to read the other book that I set aside for today, and obviously I want to finish my audiobook, so do I think it can be done? I can be done, I think. If I read 50 pages of this in 35 minutes of reading sprints, I've got 250 left, so what's 5 times 35 minutes? That's 2 hours, 4 hours, 4.5 plus 25, like 5 hours. And then some more for the other 2 books. I've only got like an hour and a half of audiobook left, I think. Or have I got 3 hours left? I've got like an hour, an hour and a half. Or an hour and 45 left of audiobook. That's not too bad. And then my other book that I really want to read tomorrow. Maybe I should set an alarm to get up. We'll see what happens. You'll see what happens. Gutted that I couldn't keep reading last night. I just literally couldn't keep my eyes open. So I read a little bit immediately that I woke up this morning, literally like lying there in bed. So I'm now up to page 86. So I'm going to read some more over coffee. Then we're going to go out to brunch, and then I'm going to come back and get some get some serious reading done. Because, you know, it's Sunday, it's the last day of the readathon. I've made the coffee in the Matilda mug again because I enjoyed drinking out of that last night. It was good. So yeah, so I've got half an audiobook, 2/3 of this, and another whole book to finish. Can it be done? We will have to see. That's just not the best coffee. It's just didn't taste very good yesterday. It's not very good today. My bones, cookies and cream. It's not the best. But they have lots of other flavours I like, and their pumpkin stuff just came in, so might have to be ordering some of that. We'll see. Let's read. So after doing today's blog post, doing today's video, putting both of those live, doing today's Instagram picture, I'm finally ready to actually get back to reading. I read quite a lot over brunch, which was good. I didn't film that because it was quiet in there. But yeah, I've got my iced coffee, I've got my book, I'm ready to go. I'm gonna see if there's any sprints going on. Maybe I'll wait and do the start of the next book with some sprints, because I'm just about to finish this one. Gonna start a new one. What an afternoon. What an afternoon. So I just finished my reread of Confessions of a Shopaholic that I started last night. It was wonderful. I'm really excited about picking up the next one. Going to be discussing this one on Instagram tomorrow, and then I'll probably start the next one tomorrow if I have time. We'll see. I thought I would start this one last Monday and I clearly did not, so there's that. And now I am about to jump right into The Love Child by Rachel Hall. This is the proof copy, and this is what's on the first page. This is it here. If you go to my blog, which is always linked in the description box, you will see the finished cover, because it's really quite beautiful. So yeah, I'm gonna jump into this one. I can't believe this book. We're only just over a quarter of the way in, not quite halfway, and we've covered over 10 years so far. It's pretty impressive. It's one of these that jumps back and forwards, so I like it. I like it so far. It's historical, which isn't usually my jam, but I like this writer. So I am coming out because I need to rest my eyes from the text in the book, because I've been reading quite solidly all day. So I'm going to drive and get myself some coffee and listen to some audiobook at the same time, so that gets me kind of up and about, as well as getting coffee and still reading, because it's important to keep reading. It's fine. Going out, audiobook time. So we've got some coffee, had a little breakout. Oh, you have to see this sunset. Isn't that looking a bit lush? Just a little bit. I might go outside for a bit. Glorious. Right, so there are 2 hours left of the readathon. So we're gonna get in a nice bubble bath and we're gonna read as much of this as we can. I'm over halfway now, so we'll see what we achieve. Wish me the best. Right, we're powering through. I've just made a peppermint tea, getting into bed. I'm gonna finish this book. Gonna do it. It's so good. Everything's like tying up now. Can't stop turning the pages. And we are done. That was lovely. Done with another Bout of Books.